Hello everyone, this is Aziza Jalaluddin, co-founder for Shine, Self-Help International Network Enterprise and co-founder for Enterprises Development Hub. And we are so excited today to be on this call with all of you from around the world and witnessing this exciting interview that we are having with Andrew Barron. Andrew Barron, the CEO of the Timber Barron, an exciting friend of mine, a dear teacher and a fantastic friend coming all the way, on live from New Zealand. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you, Aziza.
Yes. So let's speak a little bit about the intention of today's call. We really would love to hear from Andrew, who has been in the work of growing his business as well as being a co-instructor at the Money and You program. So we will be speaking to him a lot more about how he does it and the secrets to the various things that have put together for his business and his life, and being part of the Accelerated Business School for the last how many years, Barron? Andrew, sorry.
Year 2000.
Yes, so that's like about 15 years. Awesome. So Andrew, the first thing first, what really triggered you to be part of this Accelerated Business School?
Well, first of all, I attended Money and You, which I think that you've done, Aziza. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
And so is it that you want to specifically know about the business school, or are you talking about everything in general?
What really triggered you to get on board any school for that matter? What triggered you to be part of the Accelerated Business School works, like taking on any programs? Do you remember? Yeah. It's like a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, I was 24, 25 years old, and I was working in a restaurant at the time, 17 hours a week. I was making $200 a week, and I was living at home. I was living with my mum and my two brothers, and I was really looking for something to propel me into the future, which I knew was there, but I just really didn't know how to go about achieving it. And it's at that time that I saw a little ad in the paper for a Money and You preview, which I went to, and they convinced me to spend my last $2,000 on my credit card to attend the Money and You. And really from there, like the technology in that program, and the interaction with the instructors and the generalized principles that Money and You is based on really inspired me and allowed me to see possibilities that I really had not seen before. So I think that was when the journey in terms of accelerated schools started for me, was that amazing introduction. You're currently on mute, Aziza. Aziza, I think you're on mute. I can't hear you.
Sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so for me, it was a friend who asked me to attend Money and You. If not, he is not allowing me to be part of his team. That was how serious for me it was when I wanted to do Money. I know I was made to do Money and You. But everything said, Andrew, for yourself, what really triggered you to really like start your business and also do what you're doing right now? What was that?
I think ever since I was quite young, the drive for me to have my own business and to be able to live the life that I dreamed of living was very strong. And once I attended Money and You, I really was able to see a lot of the skills and a lot of the type of things that are required to run a successful business. And within 2 years of finishing Money in You, using the principles out of Money in You, I was able to actually start my first business. So for me, it was really just it was something that I always wanted to do, but the accelerated technology gave me the training that I needed to actually get the thing going in a successful way. Yeah, that's pretty much how it began for me. Is just what you get out of the accelerated learning space, the skills. Still on mute there.
So the skills, yes. So the skills got you the excitement, and the skills gave you the confidence to start your own business. Is that right?
Yeah, I think what I learned, the fundamental principles, things like leverage and team and things like that I learned on Money in You, and then later when I actually did the business school for entrepreneurs as well, 2 years after doing my Money in You, those 2 programs gave me pretty much everything that I needed to know in order to really start a successful business. I think without having done those 2 programs, my business that I became involved with and the one that I'm involved with now would have been a lot more hard work.
Yeah, sure. So if I were to ask you, what are the principles that you're applying right now, or what are the principles that, in particular, anyone that you feel that you got out of the Accelerated Business School that really supported you in taking the leap? So if you can tell us, like in numbers, how it's like for you in terms of the structure of your business, or the amount of business you're doing right now. How has Money in You program or the Accelerated Business School program supported you?
Since the current business that I'm involved with, we've been growing at 40 to 50% a year, every year for the last 5 years. And I think that's really down to a couple of the three main things, really. The first one is setting up a really correct, good structure, and I'm talking about rules and systems and processes in your business, which is something we really cover in Money in You in quite a unique way. So setting up a business with great structure allows the business to have a very, very good cultural feel and a very supportive environment that empowers people that are in the business and on the team. So I think that would be the first thing, is just setting up a really great structure, and then, which comes directly out of Money in You. And then around team, we do a great piece in Money in You about team, which really opened my eyes about how I could be a better team player myself, and how I could support other people to be a better team player and be empowered to create great results for themselves. And putting those 2 things together, and another principle that we talk about in Money in You, which is leverage. Putting those 3 things together would be kind of the fundamental, backbone of the business that I'm involved with at the moment.
And you reflect so correctly in that 3 areas of doing business and the importance of it, and much time in the business success model. This is the missing link that we always talk about in order to create the synergy and the success or the results that we want to achieve, and that's really the core of the matter. Thank you so much for that. And so right now, if I were to ask you, so right now you're also the co-instructor for the Money in You program. So how did you do that? We have to have a business before we can do our Money in You, become an instructor. But other than that, sorry, just a moment, the phone's ringing. So thank you. Sorry, okay. So now that we're talking about the Money in You as a co-instructor, what is it that inspired you to become a co-instructor, and how do you juggle it? Business.
Yeah, so what inspired me to become a Money and You instructor was, I really wanted other people to experience and have the life financially and the emotional, development that I've experienced through doing Money and You and the Accelerated Business School. I really wanted other people to have that experience. So I wanted to support that program so that other people could, go through and experience what I experienced, and work on financial freedom and having a life where you don't need to work 9 to 5 to have everything that you want financially, and also create something that's meaningful for you. So effectively, what I was really about helping other people. But I think that the other thing about becoming a Money and You instructor is that it really gave me an opportunity to really dig deeper into the Money and You principles, and it kept them really in the space in my life. So alongside of me becoming a Money and You instructor, my business has also really benefited from me being, in terms of not necessarily financially, but more from a meaning, like life purpose, like I feel like I'm doing something meaningful with my life side of things. So it's really helped me, the path of becoming a money instructor has helped me to go a lot deeper and really demonstrate that business is not just about making money. It's about a lot more things that actually, for me, have a lot more meaning, i.e. relationships and connecting with other people, and the opportunities that having a good business allows me to add that value to other people. How does that sound?
That sounds good, actually, because you said it really aptly, because it's the last 5 years you started your journey with Money and You Instructors program. That's when we started, right? 2010. And you said in the last 5 years your business has grown 40 to 50% every year. That itself speaks for itself when you look at being a Money and You instructor and being in the Money and You field. At the same time, you also said about making it our way of life. That's what my partner always says, Money and You is a way of life that it really we embed in the principles and really put it into practice so that we can be a better person. And you also highlighted the most important part of everything, that to live a meaningful life that is full of love and connectedness, and as well as being in the right space, providing what we need, what we can for the world. It's so beautiful. Thank you. And other than that, Andrew, what do you think anyone who attends Money and You would be coming to attend? What do you have to say to them?
Oh, so anybody that's considering doing Money and You?
That's right. That's right. You see, we are going to Money and You India, right? We're going to be there, and we're going to be.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Be there. Sorry?
I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to India, so I'm really.
Yes. It's
I'm
going
excited,
to be.
But I'm also quite nervous about India because I've heard a lot of things.
Yes. So when we are there, we are actually, right now, we have a lot of friends who will be watching us on this video, in this call. And what would you, if let's say they want to make a decision about being in the room. So Money and You in India, sorry, there's some aeroplanes going up here, so it's kind of noisy. Just a few seconds. Okay, at my house in Singapore, it's like airplanes just fly all over, and we have kind of got used to that one, the noise and everything. Okay, so now that's settled. Okay, so when these people are on Money, they're waiting to explore the possibility of attending Money and You in India, and you know that Money and You is going to be done with a business mission. So we have our 3.5 days of Money and You plus other activities that these entrepreneurs will be coming in. So if let's say this person on the call right now listening to us, what do you have to say to him or her about attending Money and You as a business person or an entrepreneur? What do you think would be the thing that they can get being in the room?
It really depends where you're at in your process. I think Money and You operates on many levels, and for example, if you're a successful business person, then I think what you'd get from Money and You is that you'd probably get an opportunity to see that business is not just transactional, but it really can be on a deeper, more meaningful level. If you're fresh, if you don't have a business, you want to start a business, it's a great program to really give you some fundamental principles from which you can build a successful business very easily. If you're not interested in business or you don't have a business, Money and You really is a 3.5-day journey, right? And it's very experiential. And what it actually does is it takes us through a process of the fundamental underlying thing, or that I believe that Money and You is about actually having the planet working for everybody 100% of the time without sustaining ecological or environmental damage. So if you are the type of person that wants to see that on the planet, then Money and You is really an opportunity to actually see that happening in a room with however many people are in the room, 50, 80, 100 people in the room, coming together over a program, over a period of time, and actually having a real life experience of that. It's very, very powerful, very moving experience. So it really caters for everybody in that respect. So I would absolutely recommend anybody and everybody to come to Money and You, and if you do come along, you can guarantee that I will be there, fully supporting you in the process.
I always felt that, you know, being in the room is so important, especially when it comes to individuals. You know, like what you said, there are those who doesn't know that they want to start a business or not, and then it's really a self-development program. So that's my next question to you. So anyone being in business or not being in business, people have always, or many of the people that we know, see Money and You, especially in this part of the world, in Asia, in Singapore, in Malaysia, they see Money and You as a self-development program. And we know for a fact that the Chinese Money and You has actually embedded a lot of entrepreneurship journey with them, and a lot of them attend the Chinese Money and You because they are entrepreneurs ready to take their business to a whole new level. So now that the whole world, especially in India right now, there's all the spiritual programs happening out there, what do you think is going to be so different about what we are bringing to the table for India or in India?
You mean what is the point of difference of Money and You from...
Yes, compared to any other self-development programs.
That's a really good question. I mean, Money and You has been around for 35 years, and it is really a program that is specifically designed to get results. It's been honed and corrected and made more precise to give the maximum impact over a 3.5-day period. So it's built on fundamental principles. And when I talk about fundamental principles, I'm talking about principles that operate in and around us all the time. So because it's built on such a fundamental, basic level, and it's got such a long history of development, is that it really is a complete program that is designed for the participant to really maximize their time there. It hasn't been going for 1 or 2 years or 3 or 4 years. It's based on teachings that have gone back 35, 40 years from absolute masters over that time. So it really is, it's really a deep well thought out, comprehensive 3.5-day program.
And also to add on to that, you know, what I really love about Money and You is the fact that we can come back again and really review the principles, whatever that, you know, we have applying, not applying, come back and review it, as well as really take it to a next level every time, and it comes free for us to be in the room. There's something really exciting, and also not to forget that when we are you know, how many times have you gone back to review? I'm just curious. How many times have you attended Money and You, Andrew?
Oh, I think I've been in the Money and You maybe 30 or 40 times. I don't know.
Yes.
A lot.
And how does that make you feel, like, you know, being in the room, you know, coming back so many times?
I think it's great because you come back into the room and it's like you go back to the first time that you did Money and You, and you see those principles go up and you see the flip charts, and it's almost, and what happens is that wherever you are at the point at that time of your life, you get to re-look at it through the lens of the Money and You context, and that allows you to get even greater sort of distinctions and understanding of the principles that Money and You is built on, and really allow you to actually accelerate the process of applying it in your life at that point, at that time. So it's reviewing is quite a powerful process. And the other thing that some people do is they actually come back and do logistics once they've done Money and You. And again, that's another very, very powerful process where you get to really connect in and get some really deep understandings of, or deeper understandings of, some of the stuff that Money and You covers in the 3.5-day program.
So when we talk about that, you know, it's really when I recognize with that, because I've been in the room like maybe 18 times doing different things and sometimes just reviewing. It has always been a time that we learn. And the other thing that I really got when we talk about distinctive difference compared to other self-development programs is about opening the mind to other programs. Now we go again. The aeroplane is good. Can you hear the aeroplane? The woo noise?
Yes.
You can? All right. Just to check it. So somebody is very busy flying up there. Okay. So for me, it has always been the way it opens our mind to other learning platforms. So it's really about being in the journey of learning and applying, and then they remind us that without application is not going to make a change. It's not becoming a seminar junkie, as many people have talked about, you know, like going seminar after seminar, but the life still remains the same. So I've recognized Money and You and the Accelerated Business Platform as someone who is so open to learning, at the same time to real-time results that we need to be focused in. So it really creates a balance in us as a human being. Do you recognize that part of it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's Money and You is very, very easy to integrate into your life. It's not something that's like really out of the crazy concepts. It's quite logical. It's quite rational. So it's quite easy to actually implement stuff immediately in your life. Definitely.
Yeah. Fantastic. Andrew, if I were to ask you, over the last 15 years you've attended Money and You, other than having a very successful business that you run right now, and the way you have applied the principles on it, and also everything wonderful that's happening in your life, what do you see as Andrew Barron, you know, having evolved in the last 15 years, being in this journey? How do you see yourself? What is the distinct difference?
Oh, I think that the distinct difference is that, you know, I've gone from a 25-year-old to a 40-year-old. That's quite a difference. But I think that, you know, for me personally, I feel that as you know, as I've gone through the process of doing Money and You, do the Accelerated Business School, becoming an instructor, is that I've got, you know, clearer and clearer and clearer about you know, what is the truth for me, you know, and what really has meaning for me, and what is, you know, what's the truth for me versus what everyone else is saying is the truth for them, or what society thinks. It's really allowed me to think for myself. And I think, you know, if there's one thing that we want people to do when they do Money New programs, we want them to really start thinking and acting for themselves, thinking for themselves about what really works for them, and really being able to go out and get that.
Yeah, very well said. Okay, so now that we kind of like, we'll round out the call with one last call for action, right? So for yourself, what do you think we can, you know, now that every one of us are going to Money and You in India and making, and you know that Money and You in India is a business mission, it's a 5-day event, and we're going to be having people around the world gathering in India. So that's going to be an exciting, like it's not like just for Indians, but we have people coming from Singapore, from USA, from China, from Indonesia. We have centers of influence from so many countries who will be present at the Business Mission India. So what do you think about that? How do you think it's going to be a whole new game with entrepreneurs and investors? How do you think that's going to be impacting? Because, you know, we have always been in a room of like Money and You with just, you know, as people of different walks of life. This time it's going to be different walks of life, but different type of business people gathered in the room, and entrepreneurs. How do you think that's going to be different?
I mean, I think that one thing, well, I think it's going to be amazing. I mean, basically, you know, I'm a New Zealander, and we're, generally speaking, we're pretty level-headed people, but you know, you get people from New Zealand, you get people from the United States, and you get people in it, and you put them into an environment, and you incorporate Money and You into it as well. You're going to have some pretty inspirational, you know, things going on. People are going to be connecting and doing business in a way that has a lot of integrity, is very honest and open, because the context that Money and You brings is honest, open, win-win type of business, which is the way that I like to conduct business. I like my customers to win out of it. I like my suppliers to win. I like me to win. And I really think with the Money and You model and the people from all over the world that are going to be coming, that space is just going to be, it's going to be a really great opportunity.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Barron. Is that Andrew? Is there anything else you would love to share before we round up the call?
Yeah, look, I don't have too much else to share except that I'm looking forward to being in India. I'm looking forward to. I've never been there, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like when I get off the plane. I'm kind of looking forward, but I'm also quite nervous about that. And I'm looking forward to coming to to India, and seeing, you know, how do people do business, and whether or not Money and You can give them, or I'm pretty sure it can give them tools to really create, you know, win-win businesses that have high levels of integrity. I'm really fired up about that.
Very nice. Yes, absolutely. We're having Money and You in Malaysia end of April, and we would love to. And Andrew, you'll be there too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have Money and You in April in KL, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. You can get in touch with us on that. And once again, thank you so much, Andrew, to be on the call with us. And I really want to invite all of you out there listening to the call to understand that this project that we are on, this mission that we are on, Business Mission India, is just the beginning to many more entrepreneurial platforms that we are creating around the world with Shine and the Accelerated Business School and the Miracles of Capital Network, and many other exciting networks that you will be experiencing at the Business Mission India, because we are bringing together platforms of entrepreneurs to be gathering in India for really creating a whole new model of entrepreneurial development for national development as well as global development. And we're so excited about this journey. It's happening June 11 to 15, 2015 in Chennai, India. It's at the Aloft OMR Hotel. It's a 4-star hotel. And yes, it's going to be amazing. Chennai is really the upcoming town. It's a city in this, what do you call that? It's the capital of Tamil Nadu, a southern city in India, and it's really the upcoming hub, and it's been amazing. They have awesome entrepreneurs there, but it's not just going to be Chennai entrepreneurs, it's going to be entrepreneurs around India, all over India, who will be coming to Chennai to attend the Business Mission India, as well as we have, as we said, we have centers of influences coming from USA, New Zealand, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Europe, as well as China and Asia. It's going to be an awesome gathering. And just to let you know, the gathering is not going to be something like a booth style, or a, when people think of trade mission, they think that it's some kind of trade mission with booths and exchanging of those kind of business stuff. So, but this is more than that. We're really going to connect, align, and empower a very close group of cream of the crop center of influences in India, so that they can come about with more exciting entrepreneurial activities and really grow their business. Like what you've heard from Andrew, he has taken on his business and grow it 40 to 50% every year in the last 5 years, and he said that so awesomely. And this is something that we know that existing businesses can take on to a whole new level. And we know, and the people that would probably be attending this business mission, there's two groups of people. One is those entrepreneurs who have business ideas, and also NRIs with business ideas that have already been wanting to implement. They are looking for investors or looking for the right team to be in place. They will find, there's a very high possibility they'll find it there, because we're going to be doing business matching for you on the 5th day of the program. And then following that, we will be having what you call the business matching session on the 5th day. And if you are an entrepreneur already in business and looking for the right resources and the team, you can join us for the 5 days and experience a complete new whole world of how you can do your business. And of course, the third group of people who will be present are actually the business people. You see, a lot of entrepreneurs around the world have created very successful business, and they have a second generation, and we know a lot of successful Indian entrepreneurs. There's a second generation coming up to take over the existing successful business, and there's a gap. Academic education, as much as they can become an MBA or whatever, is not going to give you that real-time experience for you to really take over a very successful business. And in the Accelerated Business School, the Money and You and the Business Mission, you're going to experience that power of how you can be ready to take on any businesses at a whole new level. So that will really bridge a gap for those existing successful business to bring in your young team, your family members or your younger team to really take on this business that you have created over the centuries, right? Decades and centuries. So once again, thank you, Andrew, for being on the call, and thank you so much, everyone, for listening in. We'd love to meet up with you, and go into our website, collaborateindia.org/businessmission2015 for more information. You can also go to Business Mission India Facebook events page. We have lots of information there for you, all the various networks that's going to be present. You're going to be excited. It's going to be the first ever. It's going to be historical. It's going to be very, very meaningful, and it's going to be a very prestigious event for a very, very close group of entrepreneurs who are business leaders taking on the world for a whole new perspective and global prosperity. Once again, thank you so much for being on the call. This is Aziza Jalaluddin from Shine, and we are calling live from Singapore. Once again, wishing you all the best, and see you soon.